shut the door. So we're gonna jump into our back-to-back winning seasons. We call this back-to-back winning seasons because
we've never had one.
Back-to-back winning seasons.
Boom.
You will be great for this segment because you're actually a Panther fan.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it.
So you're an NFL fan in general. So we're gonna jump into NFL first.
Okay.
Right.
So the NFL owners proposed the 18-game season schedule, and a caveat was basically the cap is players can only play 16 games max. How do you guys feel about that? It's just I just don't get it. What do you guys feel about that?
We're gonna let our guests go first.
It's a ridiculous premise. It's utterly ridiculous because now you have to figure out, well, what 16 games does a player play, right? And clearly, if the quarterback is going to play those 16 games, the offensive line are going to play those same 16 games because it's just too valuable to have, backup O-linemen play. So basically, each team is like, all right, what 2 games can we lose? Right? And every now and again, somebody will pull a win out their butt, but that's really it. And it's definitely a money grab. And the players have to say, okay, but at what point is enough enough? At what point does my body matter? Because ultimately, it's about bodies. Otherwise, they wouldn't even say you have to play up to 16 games. They would let you play 18, right? And what if, for example, let's say that you are in the playoff hunt, but it's your game not to play, but you're down 10 points in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and Tom Brady's like, yo, maybe let me get in, and get on this game. But like, sorry, you can't play. Like that's so it's an utterly ridiculous premise. So just say, look, man, we're doing this for money, right? Mm-hmm. Fans, you like the ritual. It's your church. You like going to church on Sunday. You like being with your group. Cool, let's kick it. But just the product on the field, it's going to be a horrible product. It's going to be summer league for those 2 games for those players.
Yeah, and I pretty much co-sign. I know that right around week 14 and 15, the average NFL fan gets pretty worn out with football, and we're kind of ready for the postseason already. So to add 2 more games, even without, and then like look at our fan base in particular. If we're playing week 8, week 12 or whatnot, and Cam Newton isn't playing, half the fan base isn't even going to watch because most of the fans aren't even Panthers fans.
I don't know. There's some Cam haters that.
The Cam haters are going to.
I can't wait to watch.
Let's go, Will.
Let's go, Will.
Going to be there. And when Will Grier throws for 300 yards, hey, why is Cam playing 16 games? Let's get rid of Cam. But when their favorite player doesn't play, when Kuechly doesn't play, when whoever doesn't play, like you're going to actually lose fan support there anyway. And just like Brandon was saying, it's another money grab. And if you take away those 2 games, if you add those 18 games, you got 20 games just between preseason and the regular season already. And if you do sneak in as a wild card, that's an extra 4 games. Right. That's 25 weeks of football right there. So I would rather they scale it back, take away 2 preseason games, take away 2 regular season games, because with the scheduling of the NFL, the last 2 weeks of the season really don't even matter. The playoff setting has already been determined for the most part. So again, like Brandon was saying, it's a money grab to me. And now here's the deal. Here's a question that I haven't heard. Even though you don't play those 2 games, you're still on the active roster. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to be on that active roster, do you still get that active roster pay?
Yeah, I don't think they work those kinks out. That even adds to the silliness of it.
Well, so here's another thing. So how fast do you have to tell the NFL when the players aren't playing? Because now it's strategy, right? So if they say, "Oh, Cam isn't playing," you're like, "Oh, well, actually, playoff starters now, right?" So that is utterly ridiculous, right? So they're floating the idea to really gauge the interest of the fans and say, "All right, how much are you willing to pay more break? Because you're gonna have to put more people on the active roster, which is going to mitigate some costs." Yeah. So it
becomes more of a headache than it needs to be.
Absolutely is.
Because you would need to add more players, and if you did pay those players those 2 games that they did set out, it actually strengthens the argument that the NFL needs to pay their players more right now.
Right. And then guarantee contracts.
Or just say they're going to be more disposable. Now, 1 of the 2.
Now I'm gonna answer this question a long way. All right, I'm gonna give you a basketball example first. it was some rumors floating out there where the NBA was like, well, we're looking at reducing the regular season to 60-something games. I love basketball. I don't want to see less basketball. So, of course, I want basketball to be 82 games because I love the game. If the NBA came out and said, well, we're going to extend the regular season to 96 games, I'd be like, that's just stupid. Ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. I feel the same way about the NFL. I don't want to see less games. I don't want to see a 14-week season either. There's no reason to change it, man. And it's because of all the reasons we just said. Stuff gets sticky with strategy and, and things get really tight around playoff time. So it's like, well, we've already set out our quarterback. I'm sorry, we haven't set out our quarterback yet. So, God, we got to sit him out week 18. This is going to cause some issues for us. It's just too much, man. And like B. Rich already said, I just wish Roger Goodell would just come out sometimes and be like, man, I'm a money-hungry, greedy bastard. And this is the only reason I'd like to do this because it does nothing for the players. Quite honestly, I don't think it does anything for fans. Now, fans might come out and the immediate reaction might be, more football, yeah. But by week 15, 16, it's just like, look at the ratings. We're over it. So, it's ridiculous.